first thing we need to do is be safe. Disconnect the appliance or turn off the breaker. Today we're going to be working on a Maytag. Model number, it's on the display. This is a Maytag dryer. Welcome to DIY Repair Now. Read all the warnings, and during this video you will see one or more of these icons to help you do this repair safe. And the complaint that we are having is that it's taking too long to dry and it's leaving the clothes wet or dumpy. So we're gonna find out what is going on. The customer also is saying that the is making a rattling noise, and we work in this model a lot, and we always find when they say it's making a rattling noise or it's taking too long to dry and things like that, the first thing we check is the blower blade. So as you see, I'm taking it apart, trying to leave the cables hooked up still. Just move the door to the side. Just make sure if any other wires come loose, just put it back where it needs to be. And another thing you can do as well is turn the drum and see if it's freely moving or it's stuck or anything like that, just to remove any other possibilities. Trying to get this wire loose. Disconnect the light bulb wires to be able to remove the frame, the front frame housing. We're gonna remove the 4 screws that is holding this from frame, and it's a 5/16 drill bit or 5/16 screwdriver. There's 4 screws, 2 on each side, and it will come right out. As you see, I'm touching the squirrel cage, and I can feel the blade that is loose. I'll grab the flashlight, and it's rocking up and down, back and forth, so it's all loose. And we just verifying that this is where the noise is coming from, and also, and this is the reason why the clothes is still wet or dumpy, because the dryer is not blowing the hot air out. We're gonna remove this blade or heat shield that is covering the thermostat. And we're gonna use a 1/4 bit to be able to remove the screws that are holding the squirrel cage cover housing. This is the part that covers the front of the blower blade. Just move all the screws around it. And it also has one that holds the bottom. That one was 5/16, and after you remove all the screws, it will come right out. In this case, I didn't remove the wiring from the cycling thermostat because I didn't think it was needed, but some people remove the wiring and move it out of the way to be able to work more freely. This blower blade, or squirrel cage like some people called it, has a clip that is one of those clips that has two little holes in it, and you need this special tool. I really don't know how do you call this tool, guys, but if you are familiar with it, you will know. As you see, it's like a needle nose clamp remover, and the clamp has two little holes on the ends, and this tool grabs those two little holes, and it will open and will move right out. Some people just use a regular pliers or a screwdriver to remove it. I'm trying to do it right here, that way you guys see on the video. And I have this kind that you can remove the front pieces, but you can buy the most regular one that has the two very needle nose ends on the tool, and then it will go right on the ring, on the clamp ring. That's the clamp that is holding the blower blade. As I was saying, I buy this one that you take it apart and you can change the pointing piece for a different size of ring. As you see, that's how it comes out. That is the piece of clamp. And sometimes this blade will come out very easy. Sometimes you're gonna have to struggle a little to be able to remove it. Besides the little clamp, the little clamp, it has another clamp behind that one. As a matter of fact, that little ring is the one that holds the clamp from moving forward, and you guys should know what I'm talking about. And as you see, the squirrel cage came right out. This is the new squirrel cage. You guys saw the part number on it, the clamp, brand new clamp, and that's the old one. The actual squirrel cage is not cracked or anything. It's just the piece that holds the tip of the motor, the one stripped around it. So basically, it's the piece that holds the squirrel cage in place, the one who got broke or stripped. Now we set it in place. Make sure it's not wiggling and it's a perfect fit. And we're gonna go ahead and proceed to install the brand new clamp. As you see, sometimes if you don't grab it right, it would just fly away. So you got to make sure you get it right. Squeeze it with your pliers. And put it in place. After we install the clamp, we're going to proceed to install the ring. I believe they will call it like the secured ring, because this is the ring who prevents from the clamp to move forward and fail off or anything like that. This clamp ring, it goes on the tip of the motor. As you see, it goes right on the motor tip shaft, however you want to call it. Now we're just trying to put the housing back in place to be able to put all the screws around it, secure it in place, and then start assemble everything again. As I was saying, all the screws that goes around the squirrel cage housing are 1/4 screws. I'm using an extension to put it on my drill because that one on the corner, on the left corner, was a little complicated to get it to reach it. So with the extension on the drill, it's easier. Now we will put the heat shield wiring cover. Secure it in place. Now we're going to install the front frame. Just make sure it sits right to be able to put the 4 screws. You have to wiggle it a little because the bottom wheels have to be matching with the drum. Basically, the drum have to sit on the wheels. It has 2 wheels on the bottom of the frame, and the drum have to sit in those wheels to be able to spin around. Just make sure all screws are secure. Reinstall the cables for the light. It's a clamp that holds the wires in place with the wires back where it should be. If some of the wires came loose from the one of the clamps, just put it back in place as you see on the video. This is an older model, guys, so you gotta make sure all these wires are not on the way when you put in the front panel together, because if one of those wires it's matched with the front panel and the rest of the housing, it could create a shortage and it's going to trip your breaker, or something can happen. As you see, I'm trying to be careful none of the wires come loose and all the wires are in place or out of the frame. Now, as you see, this front panel has 2 clamps on the top, and you have to tilt it your way from in the bottom side to be able to clamp the top side. After you clamp the top side, it sits right in place, and you just install the 2 screws on the front. Basically, the top is holding by the 2 clamps on the top, and the bottom is holding by 2 screws, as you see on the video. At this point, we're pretty much done. Making sure everything is sitting correctly, the filter goes in and out. Now we're gonna set the timer. We're gonna plug it back in. And at this point, everything is working fine. Everything is working the way it's supposed to.
Alright guys, if this video helped you in any way, you can show us appreciation by giving us a tip using the following options that you see on the screen. If you cannot provide with a tip, is another way to support this channel by just dropping off a comment in the comment section down below. Subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the bell to receive notifications. Thanks for watching.